Hello everybody, I'm Ezekiel Tyrus, and it is my educated opinion that the song Moonlight Feels Right by Starbuck from 1978 is one of the best songs ever written. Starbuck, an Atlanta-based band from the 1970s, which named itself after a character in Moby Dick, this being decades before the ubiquitous coffee chain of the same name, had only one song break the top 40, and this song was it. Now, what I'm saying is, not only is Moonlight Feels Right one of the best songs ever written based on its lyrics alone, but I feel that Moonlight Feels Right is almost an entire novella encapsulated in a 3.5-minute song. Norman Mailer once said, "Well-plotted novels bore me," and I totally agree. If I pick up a detective novel, I don't care if the detective solves the mystery. Really, I don't. Who cares? I don't. Anytime I pick up a novel of any genre, I want the characters to get laid. I want the characters to have a good time. I also want the characters to have a bad time for a portion of the novel and to reflect on both the good and the bad. I want the characters to learn something about themselves and to learn something about other people. But most importantly, I want the characters in any novel that I pick up to make a connection with each other, because no journey in this lifetime is going to be more valuable than the journey you take within yourself and those individuals who become those individuals who become memorable events in your life. That's what I want a book to be about. Now let's examine the lyrics of this masterpiece. "The wind blew some luck in my direction. I caught it in my hands today. I finally made a tricky French connection. You winked and gave me your okay." Now, what that means, if some of you who remember the old movie with Gene Hackman, French Connection, it means I scored some coke. You were down with it. You like to party. Cool. Let's hang out. Let's have some fun. And by mentioning how I got some luck came in my direction, indicates that she's a hottie and that she's cool. Now, to adapt this song to a novel or a movie or something, it doesn't have to be drugs. You could seduce a woman with a bottle of red wine and Baltimore crab cakes. But I'm getting ahead of myself. "I'll take you on a trip beside the ocean and drop the top at Chesapeake Bay." Now that line is up to interpretation. Is he talking about dropping his trousers? Is he talking about taking his shirt off? Are they talking about taking their clothes off? Are they talking about getting naked? Or, depending on the boat, is he simply talking about taking the top down like a convertible on a speedboat or on a sailboat? I'm not sure what he means by that. "Ain't nothing like the sky to dose a potion. The moon will send you on your way." Now that's a great line. Like Love Potion number 9, the sky and the moon are a natural aphrodisiac. It's romantic, it's sexy. Shakespeare said the same thing. Being out on a boat underneath the moon will turn us both on. And then the singer laughs like a creep. But you're both attracted to each other. You're doing a little bit of coke. Maybe you've taken off some of your clothes, and the moon and the stars. This is a natural turn on. Then the song goes, "Moonlight feels right, moonlight feels right," for several times. And then it says, "We'll lay back and observe the constellations and watch the moon smiling bright. I'll play the radio on southern stations. 'Cause southern bells are hell at night." I'm going to repeat that line. I'll play the radio on southern stations, 'cause southern bells are hell at night. That's a great fucking line. Now, Maryland is a mid-Atlantic state, but close enough to the south that it could get all the southern radio stations. And the irony is, in the 1970s, much of the best music was coming from the South. Leonard Skinner, Allman Brothers, all that good stuff. And on a personal note, I used to live in Athens, Georgia, and those fucking southern girls do know how to party. I had so much fun down there, and all those girls were hot. Every single one of them. It was an amazing time. Now, the next line in the song is, you say you came to Baltimore from Ole Miss, a class of 74 gold ring. That's nice. That's a nice little detail. Now, obviously, the storyteller of the song could hear her southern accent, which is why he brought up the southern thing in the first place. But Oxford, Mississippi is a great southern college town. And you know, this beauty that he's talking to, who winked and gave her okay when he talked about his cocaine and when he talked about going out on a boat, this great, this Southern Belle beauty here must have some stories to tell of her own. If this girl went to University of Mississippi in Oxford in the early 70s, she's got some stories. So if I were to adapt this song into a novel or into a screenplay, I'd have them both indulge in a round of college-era storytelling. The next line is, the eastern moon looks ready for a wet kiss to make the tide rise again. Ha ha ha. Now, he's suggesting another kiss under the moon, and perhaps another opportunity to have sex again, or to simply fool around, whatever. He wants to have fun, and he's saying, the moon is ready for another wet kiss to make the tides rise again. That could be anything. But I think he's just suggesting, let's have another kiss underneath this beautiful full moon, and perhaps we'll have another opportunity to fool around again, get a little, have some fun. That's why he laughs. Now, is he a little sleazy? Sure. But we're here to have fun. Moonlight feels right. Moonlight feels right. He then sings, we'll watch the sun come up Sunday morning, and we'll watch it fade the moon away. That's a good line. It's a sweet sentiment. But then it's followed by, I guess you know I'm giving you a warning, 'cause me and the moon are itching to play. That is the grossest, most date-rape sounding line I've ever heard. It's absolutely disgusting. When trying to seduce a woman, don't ever use words like itching or I'm giving you a warning. That's nasty. But hey, this is what editors are for. This is what editors are for, okay? Take that line out, Starbuck, and you almost have a perfect song. Seriously. Seriously, just take that word out. I know you're trying to say you want to have a little morning sex, and that's fine, but you know what? You had sex twice underneath the moonlight, and you've kissed, and you had a good time. Don't push it, okay? So that line about I'm giving you a warning, I'm itching to play, that's just throw that line out, and you had a great night. You don't need to do anything else in the morning. At the end, the song just proceeds to repeat the beginning. I'll take you on a trip beside the ocean and drop the top at Chesapeake Bay. Ain't nothing like the sky to dose a potion. The moon will send you on your way. Moonlight feels right. This is a great song. This could be a movie or a novel. But keep in mind, to me, an entire book can simply be two people meeting, indulging their senses, making a connection, and having sex. If I were to adapt this, I'd have the two characters share stories about their own lives, and in the process of their own connection, these two characters will learn something about themselves. This, to me, is what life is about. Sharing, making a connection, getting laid, having fun. And I like to use actual locations in storytelling. Ole Miss, Oxford, Mississippi, Chesapeake Bay, Baltimore. I love it. Now, when I was writing my novel, Eli, Eli, I wanted San Francisco to be as much of a character in the novel as the protagonist. When you're old, you are going to remember the fun you had doing such things as like the time you seduced a woman on a boat in Chesapeake Bay underneath the stars and the moon. That is something that you're going to remember when you're an old man or an old woman. This song, Moonlight Feels Right, from 1978, by Atlanta-based band Starbuck, is one of the best songs ever written. It's awesome, awesome storytelling. These are the subjects I like to write and read about. Thank you, Starbuck.